The azan spread through the village like wildfire. Clear, perfect, unmistakable. People woke up in shock. Some thought it was a recording. Some thought a new imam had arrived. But everyone knew the truth. That mosque had no electricity, no speaker, no human caretaker. And yet, the azan echoed exactly the way it used to 50 years ago. By daylight, the village was divided. Some people said, it's a blessing. Maybe the mosque is alive again. Others refused to even look at it, because they noticed something disturbing. The mosque door, which had been locked since the incident, was now wide open. Inside, the prayer area was clean, too clean. Every mat was aligned, every row straight, as if a congregation had just finished praying and left seconds before anyone arrived. An old man finally spoke. He was one of the few still alive who remembered that night. His voice trembled as he said, 50 years ago, the imam didn't lead prayer that night. Everyone froze. The old man continued. The men were arguing about power, about control, about who decides what is right. The imam believed discipline was everything. That rose mattered more than hearts. That fear kept people obedient. That night the argument went too far. No one knows exactly what happened inside the mosque. But when dawn came, no one who stayed inside ever came out. The elders sealed the place, hoping silence would bury the memory. But silence doesn't erase devotion, and it doesn't erase obsession. That night after Isha, the azan came again. This time louder. People saw lights inside the mosque. Soft. Flickering shadows moved behind the windows. Rows formed. And then the door began opening on its own, slowly. Inviting. One by one, villagers felt something pulling them. A pressure in the chest. A voice in the mind. Come. The row is incomplete. A young man stepped forward, then another. Someone screamed for them to stop. Too late. The door slammed shut. Inside, the prayer began. Outside, silence returned. By morning, the mosque was closed again. No lights, no sound, and no sign of the people who went in. Till this day, the mosque looks abandoned during the day. But at night, if you pass by and hear the azan, don't answer it. Because some calls aren't meant for the living. He was sure whatever was inside could hear it. The mosque swallowed the moonlight behind him, leaving only darkness ahead. Then, a sound, not footsteps this time, fabric moving, like dozens of people adjusting their clothes at once. He stepped inside. The air felt organized. Not chaotic, not wild, disciplined. That scared him more than anything. His eyes slowly adjusted, and that's when he saw it. The prayer rows were full, not clearly, not fully visible, but shapes. Tall, human-like silhouettes stood shoulder to shoulder, perfectly aligned. No faces, no features, just outlines darker than the dark around them. At the front, near the mihrab, one figure stood apart. Still, straight, leading. The man's knees buckled, because deep down he already knew who that was. The imam. 50 years ago, the imam was known for one thing, discipline. Straight rows, perfect silence. No one moved until the prayer ended. Villagers used to joke that he treated prayer like an army formation. And now that same discipline filled the mosque again. A whisper spread across the room. Not random, not chaotic, unified, like a congregation responding. The figure at the front raised its hands. The man felt his own hands lift, against his will. His feet moved. He was pulled into a row that wasn't empty. The space beside him felt occupied, tight, like someone stood so close their arm brushed his. Cold, unnatural. The figure at the front began reciting, not out loud, inside his head. Every word echoed through his skull, heavier than sound, pressing into his thoughts. Then the imam turned, just slightly, not enough to show a face, but enough to make one thing clear. This prayer wasn't meant for the living. The man tried to scream. Nothing came out. As the congregation moved into ruku, his back bent with them. As they went into sajda, his forehead hit the floor. And that's when he saw it, under the dust, under the cracked tiles. Old stains, dark, layered, like something had seeped into the ground over time. Tears, or something else. A single thought slammed into his mind: these prayers never ended. Suddenly everything stopped. Silence. The pressure vanished. The figures disappeared. The mosque was empty again. The man collapsed. By morning he was found outside the gate, alive but broken. He never spoke again. And that same night, for the first time in 50 years, people heard a full azan. Clear, perfect, coming from the abandoned mosque. By morning, the mosque looked normal. Sunlight hit the broken minaret. Dust floated calmly through the open windows. From the outside, it was just another old, forgotten building. That's the lie. Because during the day, the mosque hides everything. After the man's encounter, villagers slowly began noticing changes. Small ones at first. The lock on the gate, which had been rusted shut for years, was now loose. Inside, the prayer area looked disturbed. Not damaged, not vandalized, disturbed in a careful way. The lines on the floor were sharper, clearer, like someone had brushed the dust away by hand. A shopkeeper across the road finally spoke up. He said every morning before sunrise, he saw the mosque door slightly open. Always the same time, always before Fajr. When asked why he never went inside, his answer was simple. I hear people leaving, but I never see anyone come out. Another villager claimed something worse. He said one afternoon, while standing near the mosque wall, he heard quiet recitation coming from inside. Not loud, not echoing. Just enough to make your skin crawl. He thought someone had reopened the mosque, so he went inside. The moment he crossed the threshold, the sound stopped. Instantly, like someone knew he wasn't supposed to hear it. That's when the elders decided to talk. They gathered quietly away from the mosque. And what they revealed explained everything and nothing at the same time. 50 years ago, the mosque wasn't abandoned. It was sealed on a single night. After an incident no one likes to describe. All they would say was this: that night the imam never came home. Neither did the muezzin, nor the men who stayed late after Isha. By morning, the mosque was found open. Lights out. Prayer mats neatly arranged. But no people, no signs of struggle, no blood, just silence, and one final detail. The mihrab was wet, as if someone had been standing there for hours, sweating or crying. From that day on, the mosque was closed. No official announcement, no investigation. People were told to forget, but now, after decades, something inside had started moving again. That night, the same man, the one who ran, returned. Not by choice, he said he couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard the same whisper, "Straighten the row." He stood outside the mosque, shaking. The gate opened on its own, slowly, inviting him in. And from deep inside the darkness came the sound of many people standing up at once.